welcome to this, the replay for the Scottish Open and the VBRL Classic Hotrods. Up until this point we've had 2 heats already around the Brands Hatch Indy track, giving us points for the final. Starting on the pole position, as you could see, was 385 Wasabi, followed by points leader 710 Suicide Junior and number 17, which is VBRL Twisty, running in the Purdy replica. You'll see quite a few replicas on the grid. You'll also see a few unmarked cars. Now, the unmarked cars are number 102 right at the front, that was Iron Rage Fears, and right at the back you have 816 Vocal Chalice. You may also notice number 2, that is the infamous Stuart Cowie, running in this series for a one-off. He's the creator of Stock Cars Unleashed 2, get out there and get it bought. It's a great game. So here we go with the final. On board number 17, Twisty. Going into first corner, following Suicide Junior, Wasabi. Getting a lot of background shots here. You see all the cars making it around the first couple of corners, hopefully. Non-contact class this, so don't expect to see any hits in this video. I'm sure there will be a few. We're going to go back to the start here. We're watching number 18, that's Videos. He started roughly 9th on the grid. There's a couple gone off there already, but don't think contact was made. 18 squeezing himself up the inside. They're into 4th place. That's not a bad start, that, considering you can't put the bumper in. That's a really good start for 18. So we're going to jump back to the leaders now. Wasabi getting that back end out. He's still trying to get the tyres warm, I think. He's being followed very closely by Suicide Junior. A lot of respect between the top drivers. That looks like Twisty up the inside. Is that 18? 18 spun out. Now, don't know whether contact was made there or whether that was just a mistake. But I think we're going to stay with the action, so I don't think we'll find out. I'm sure the drivers will know. 3rd place is Twisted. 4th place, sorry, is Harvey Webb by the looks of it in 622. So back with the leaders. Wasabi still on the inside, keeping a nice tight line. He's gone wide there. That's going to allow both of the 2nd and 3rd place up the inside. Who's going to come out first here? Twisty's on the inside. He's coming round in the lead. Wasabi 2nd now. Suicide Junior down to 3rd. Into the 2nd corner. Suicide Junior using all the track there and more. There's quite a few different car choices amongst this class. The drivers are required to pick a certain car for the championship. And throughout the rest of the championships this season, they must use that car. They are allowed one swap. So around this track, the Escorts probably are the better car. They've got more straight line speed, whereas the Renault 5s tend to be more about the handling. So Wasabi in 3rd place has gone for a handling car. He may be thinking about the future championships as opposed to this one in particular. Also seeing 5th place there, Morgan in the Renault 5. They are designed though to be very, very similar in pace, so lap time wise they shouldn't be that far off the pace. It's just with the superior straight line speed, Escorts have a much better chance of overtaking at the right part of the track. So Suicide Junior now back into the lead. Points leader, as I already mentioned. Goes really well in this Escort. Quite an aggressive driver, which you wouldn't think will match well with these hot rods, but he's really honed his skills in this class. And when he gets out in front like this, he is near impossible to catch. So this could turn into a very boring race, this. Battle for 3rd isn't looking boring at all, though. Got Harvey Webb right up behind Wasabi. Looks from that bit of the replay, yeah, it definitely looks like they caught 2nd place up slightly, so 2nd could get involved in this battle. I'm sure he'd much prefer rather get involved with 1st place in that battle. It may just turn into a hold off the rest of the pack. You see what was talked about with straight line speed there. Wasabi was pretty close to Twisty after the 2nd corner, but leading up to the last few corners that gap has really opened up. Somebody sat on the gravel already. Don't have a number for that car. Okay, so we're about half race distance at this point. Battles seem to be drawn. First and second are back together. Twisty's reeled in Suicide Junior. When I did have a look at the lap times for this track, you're looking at about a 52-second lap if you want to be competing, 52 flat. Looking at lap times for this particular race, the top two, particularly the midsection of the race, were pumping in 51.9s, 51.8s on a regular occurrence, and that's where the gap has appeared between first, second and third and fourth. Wasabi looks like he's holding off third and fourth though. See, there's a big gap coming out of that corner. Let's see whether the gap's still the same coming into this first corner. You can see Harvey Webb right on the back of him again. It must be really disheartening driving them Renault 5s. No, we're going on board with Twisty here. Oh, there's a bit of a slip from Suicide Junior, gone a bit wide. That's put Twisty on the outside. He just forced Suicide Junior to take a different line to normal, and that's giving him the drive up the inside going into the last couple of corners. Will Suicide Junior be able to respond here? He's not doing. Well, it looks like Twisty's into first place. Let's see if we can hold that now. At one stage it wasn't looking like it was doable. Now, battle for third as well as a battle for first place. Harvey Webb going up the inside of Wasabi. Wasabi shouldn't really be able to defend this now with the straight line speed of that Escort. It looks like Rage Fears might be getting involved here as well. Certainly having a look. So Wasabi now with the handling should try to get back a bit at Harvey Webb around these next couple of corners. But he's also going to have to think about Rage Fears. Rage Fears trying to go around the outside and back up the inside, getting very ragged. These drivers trying to get every last bit out of the track and the car that he can. Wasabi getting very close to Harvey there, a little bit of a touch. Don't mind a little bit of rubbing in this contact in this class, that's about as much contact as you can have. If you gain a position through contact, you are supposed to give that position back. Wasabi back up the inside of Rage Fears. Rage Fears we would expect to go down the outside, but we're back with the leaders here. Must be getting deep into the race now. I believe this is lap 8. Going into turn 2. Third place has pulled away from Wasabi there, and fifth place has disappeared. I don't know what's happened there. So that could be car problems, or it could be a mistake. Either way, he's disappeared. We'll have to have an interview with him in the pits after and find out what happened there. So going around onto what I believe is lap 9. Could actually be lap 8 this. I can't count. That gap is slowly growing though between the top two and second and third and fourth. This is a back marker. So this is indeed lap 9. Now let's see how that back marker. The back marker is going right across the front of Twisty there. That's going to slow him up a little bit. It's not slowed him up a massive amount though. Suicide Junior has possibly closed a tiny bit, but not much. So, heading on to lap 10 here. This is an interesting battle now. I don't think Suicide Junior can do a lot here. He's a bit of a gap. He needs a good lap, but put a bit of pressure onto Twisty coming into the last few corners and just hope for a mistake. Nice neat entry from both of them there into the first corner. And again, Twisty going really tight. Going on board with 710 Suicide Junior here as we come into the last few corners. Again, both nice and neat. Suicide Junior getting a tighter line. Oh, now Twisty's run a bit wide there. That's going to give Suicide Junior a chance. Twisty keeping it really tight. Little bit of contact made. I don't think these two will mind. They get on well. And that's Suicide Junior going up the inside. We're going to have a race to the line here for first place. It could be anybody's at this point. It's too close to tell. Here they go, across the line. Twisty gets it. Number 17 Twisty winning the Scottish Open. And we cut back here for third and fourth. It looks like Harvey Webb's going to get third, Wasabi fourth. What a race. So a little bit of bonus footage for you here. This is the Malcolm Cheshire Memorial, which was run straight after the Scottish Open. We're on board with 421 Brandon, who's the eventual winner of this race. If this is the sort of thing you're into, then feel free to pop along to VBRL, Virtual Banger League. You can find us on Facebook. Join the page and come and join us.
Everything's all that you need. Is it all too much? Did you get it enough? see it burn when you bring me sunlight. Is it all you need to feel this heat? To feel like everything's all that you need? Is it all too much? Do you get enough? To set on fire all the things that you touch, and it fills me up and it starts to shine, and I see it burn when you bring me sunlight. Bring me sunlight. Bring me sunlight. Bring me sunlight. Fills me up and it starts to shine,